Hello and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I have these two fabulous die sets to share with you. So hang around, don't go anywhere just yet, because I'm going to show you a really easy way of putting this together, and then lots of other ideas and tips for using them so that you can get your value for money once you've bought this set and you don't just have to make the card that's on here. And then this is a fantastic envelope making set as well, because this card folds flat. It will pop into that envelope. There's a little tag compartment here as well. But as I say, we're always looking for value for money and extra mileage out of the sets, so I'm going to give you some tips for that as well. Don't forget, you will help my channel along if you do like and subscribe. To give the video a little thumbs up really helps me, and don't forget to leave me a little comment as well. But more of that later. We'll carry on with these. This is the Fancy Floral Card Creator die set, as I said, with 21 dies in there, and we'll have a look at that first, and then we'll have a little look here. A very quick look at the dies, because I really just want to get stuck into making something. This is the outside die, and you'll need to cut that one out twice to make the basic card shape, but you can see already that I'm almost certain you'll get a little memory book out of that one as well. I think this will fold over and be the spine, and this will be the actual book compartment, and you can add lots and lots of things in there. So we're going to have a little look at that. But aren't those dies beautiful there? Because you could add those on so many of your cards as a lovely little decorative panel or just whatever. This is a lovely little scrolly part here as well. There's the beautiful decorative die there. You could paper piece this, and then we've got lots of little flowers and elements along here as well. This is a really beautiful little shape here. It reminds me of a little castle. Actually, it reminds me of a little fort at Hillsborough, not too far from where I live, in County Down. And, well, you never know. You never know what we'll do with that. But even if I don't make something with that, there's the idea anyhow. But this is so easy to put together as a card. I'll come back to that in a second or two, and we'll have a little look at this one. Now this makes the envelope, and it's so easy to put together. There's the basic shape, and it's only a matter of folding it all over. And as I said, the other card looks like it's quite complicated. It's actually very easy, but it folds flat and it will fit inside this envelope. And then we've got this little element here where you can make a little pocket to put a tag in. Now, many years ago, I made a little envelope like this, actually quite a large envelope like this, I'm just thinking, for Tonic, when they had a similar thing with a different concept to it, and I used some of these envelopes together to make a little memory book. So I'm going to look back at that and recreate it with this as well. So let's get started. I'm going to make the card first of all, and you can see when you open this up that all the instructions are there. And there's actually not too many, and that's because it's very easily made up. So you can follow along with those instructions, or you can follow along with this. Either way, it is actually really easy. This is the largest die, and you actually only need these two dies to make the entire card. All the rest of them are decorative. So first of all, you'll cut out two of these and two of these, and you can do that in the same colour, but I've actually picked two different colours because I have ivory here, and then I've got a couple of different green cards, and then a little bit of turquoise. I think it's Caribbean Sea, and I'm going to use those to decorate this. So I wanted, when you opened it up, I wanted this piece inside. Now to join these together, you'll see first of all actually on both of these that I've trimmed a little bit off. It's the glue tab down the centre of this one here. So once you cut that out twice, you'll nip that glue tab off on one of them, and you'll do exactly the same with this. Now this one actually has two different sizes of rectangles on it, so once you get this with the longer rectangle here, you'll nip the side off that and glue each of those on top there. So I've got my glue ready, and we'll just pop the glue down there. To this piece then, so this is glued down and the glue has grabbed, and you'll want a mountain fold in the centre and then 2 valley folds just here and here, and you can go ahead and burnish that and give it a nice crisp finish there. Now that's the card, that's it. So all you need now to know is that this piece goes the opposite way around, so where I've joined the two pieces together by that glue tab, you'll want that to be a valley fold in the centre and then a mountain fold on either side. Okay, so what you need to know then is that this valley fold goes in here like this, and it will fold up, and this will go in like this, and then these are the glue tabs that you'll join that onto here with, so that that all pops up. And you can see already then that you're going to have to add the decoration before you add this on. So just slip that one out again, and we'll go ahead and decorate this. I'll show you the dies I've used here. I have taken this one and this one together, and I've cut them out in a beautiful satin card in green, and I'm going to glue that on there. Now obviously this one doesn't have an outside cutting edge, so you can use that on its own to cut into the card, and then this one will bring it out. And if you want to just use a backing card, you can cut this one out on its own in a different colour even, and pop it in behind there, and that accents that lovely. But for this card, what I wanted to do was see that lovely ivory through there, so I'm going to glue that on there. Then I have placed this die, just this part of it here, over some turquoise card, actually the Caribbean Sea card again, and I'll show you that here. So I have now got these little pieces. I've held them together just at the moment, but I'm going to put glue on those and pop them in here, just the floral ones, and paper piece that flower in. And then I've taken some silver and I'm going to pop that into the centre. I've also got that arch then that I can add in too. So that's this one, and I'll go ahead and paper piece that. So I've got my 2 pieces, one for here and one for here, and then I've also gone ahead and I've cut a third one, and that one will go on the front of the card because I think you want to see something nice whenever you open it as well. I've got the plain one here and I can pop that on the back. So I'll go ahead and glue all of those pieces down. Glued all of those pieces on, and that turquoise and the green look really, really beautiful together, and the little bit of silver just gives it a lovely little lift in the centre there. Now I've also taken these 2 dies, so this would be the one that I said looked a bit like a castle or a fortress or whatever at the start, and there are 2 of them there. One of them has this little pinhole dot sort of edging on it, really, really lovely. So that would cut out a solid shape if you wanted, and this one then, if you use it with it, you'll get this absolutely beautiful pattern here. So I've cut that out 4 times, and then I've glued that into the centre of the card. Then I have also gone ahead and put the decorative piece on the front, exactly the same as what's on the inside, and then the plainer one on the back. Now I've got these pieces, and I'm going to decorate those before I put them in the centre as well. So I have taken the little dies that you'll find just inside. I'll show you them here. These ones here, and this one is actually the floral one that I used here. I've cut those out in ivory, and I'm going to pop them on here. So I've got On Your Special Day, and I've got this little one here for here and here, and I've also got On Your Special Day here. Now you could leave one of those blank and leave that for the area that you're going to write on or whatever, but I actually think with a card like this that it's much nicer if you have all that detail on the inside, and then you can pop a little piece, a little plain piece on the back there and write on that. So that's what I'm going to do anyhow. I'm going to glue all of those on, and then I'll be right back and we'll attach this. Now just before you add this piece in, just check where the front of your card is and where the back is, and that you've got this the right way up, because once you go ahead and stick it in, you don't want to find that you've got this upside down or whatever. So I have put some high tack red tape on both here and here, and I'm going to slide this through these two holes here. Now lift this piece up in the center like this, join it together, and bring these two pieces together like this as well, so they're both folded over, and then slip this one in so that it's right up against that edge there, and fold that over, and then you can take the tape off the back of your high tack tape like that, fold that over, and then you'll just do exactly the same on the back. That's still aligned there because it's glued now in place, and we'll take the tape off there, fold that over, and there's your card. Isn't that beautiful? And you can see all that dimension from the top there. It's as easy as that. Now you can go ahead and add anything else that you want on the inside of that or whatever, but I have got some of the little flowers from that die set as well, and I'm going to add a couple of them up at the top here. So I've die cut some small ones and some larger ones. I've glued 3 little double flowers onto that there, and then I added some little sequins into the centre and some of my buttermilk crystal drops into the centre of that to bring sort of the ivory and cream all together again. And that's the little card finished. And it was really easy to put together. You don't even have to use those decorative panels, and if you were wanting to make that card for a man, you would just use patterned paper on there and leave the flowers out. And there's lots of other things that you could add on to that maybe from some of your other die sets and things. So there you are, there it is. Now I mentioned earlier when I looked at this that it really made me think of a memory book. It's going to have a very deep spine there, but that's not a problem because you'll be able to fit lots and lots of things into it. In fact, you could actually probably in some shape or form fit the card inside it as well. So I've taken this die again and I've cut it out twice, but I've cut the glue tabs off both of them. So as you can see, there's a little hole in here and I want to cover that up. So I've got a piece of card here which is 6.5 by 11 centimeters, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that directly onto here, and then I can cover that up by gluing this on top here. Now I've taken my Simple Spines Keepsake Bookmaker Simple Spines die set. So you can see that's this one. And I've cut that out twice, but I've actually nipped a little bit off it. So I've gone ahead with this one, and I have enough there to do part of this. So you can see how I've actually done it here. I have cut the whole thing out, and then where the little marks are on it, you'll fold that up into mountain folds and put the tape in between those so that it then will look like this. And I'll show you it on there. You should be able to see it a little bit better. And I've cut 2 of the pieces off this one, so I don't actually need them. So I'll only have 2 folds on the second one and 3 on that one, as you can see. And then I'll just take that off and attach those 2 pieces together. And I've trimmed that to 11 centimeters as well, so that that fits nicely on there. And I'm going to glue one on and then just pop the other one in there as well and centralize that along the center of the spine, just like that. So now I can go ahead and decorate the front and the back and also add a lot of pages in there. I've gone ahead then and decorated the front of this one in the same way that I decorated the card, and then you can see that I've cut double pages with the large die that I used for the front part of this, and I'll just show you it here. It's this inside piece here, So it's actually the edge that cuts this one. And I've cut that out twice for all of these pages, and I haven't actually finished the whole thing yet, but I've double backed those and slipped them over the spine here and glued them onto that. Now on one of them I've actually just trimmed it down here just to show you that if you don't really want to see that from the top here above these pieces where I've done with this one, you can actually just take a little sliver off the top and bottom, but I don't mind that, so I've left it on the others, but I wanted to show you that that was a possibility. You just need to lay that into your machine, into your guillotine or something that's level, and take a little piece off, just a sliver off the top and bottom, and then that will keep it all nicely inside at the top and bottom here as well. But I've gone ahead and I've got some pages in, and then I'm going to make myself another little piece here. So if you remember, I cut out some detail for the inside of the card here earlier on, and I had some of these little pieces left over and some of the little arches as well. So what I did was I glued one of these onto a piece of ivory card, and I glued this piece on outside, and then I paper pieced it, and now I'm just going to follow that around with my scissors. I've trimmed that little ivory piece off there. I was going to leave it on, but I thought it looked better without it. And I've put glue just along here and this edge, and then I'm going to pop that on there. And that leaves this open at this end where I can put a little photograph or a little notelet or whatever I want in there. So that's all glued on, and I can go ahead then and, well, this is just a scrap of card, but just to show you that that's a lovely little pocket in there. And I could go ahead then and decorate all of these pages in different ways as well. I really want to finish this video with showing you some of this, and I've just decided that what I will do is I'll come back at a later stage and show you how to finish this one, and then I will also make a little album from the envelope die as well. But we've got this die set that I showed you at the beginning, and I really wanted to show you how that, although this is quite an elaborate card and is three-dimensional, that it will fold flat and fit inside the envelope that you can make with this one. So when you open this up, you'll find there's one really big die here, and you'll only need to cut that out once, and that will give you the basis for the envelope, and it is so simple. There it is. That's it, just cut out exactly like that, and all you need to do is burnish all those fold lines, and then you can go ahead and add some glue down here. I'll just show you along here, and then that goes in there. Now that's an envelope made, and that is a great way of customizing all the lovely colours of cards and things that you've got to make a little envelope to fit anything that you have, but it is just perfect for this one. You only need to fold that up, and there we have it, a lovely little envelope. And as you can see in that set, there were lots of other dies there that you can use to add lots and lots of detail onto this. So I've gone ahead and I've cut out the pieces for the back. So I've used this piece here, but there's other lovely patterns as well in it. And then these pieces would fit in to these areas here. So I have cut these ones, and this is going to go on here. And I've cut the exact same one, and I'm going to glue it on up at the top here. And then I've got some panels. Once I've glued this on, I'll show you what I've done for the front. You can decide at this point if this is what you want to do. Just leave it flat and plain at the front there, or if you want to add some dimension. So I have taken the rectangle die, and then I've taken this one, and what you do is you lay this one down onto your card like so. You'll cut out the rectangle, and then you pop this one inside, and that will cut part of it. So take that off just to show you. It will cut this area, and when you've put that through your die cutting machine and done that, flip it over and cut the other side, and you'll have the continuous pattern the whole way around, and then that gets glued onto the front of the card. You can leave it like that if you're wanting to write on it or to post it just like that, or you can then go ahead and add these pieces in, and I would definitely only do that if I was going to hand deliver this card, but I would say this is such a beautiful card I might hand deliver it anyhow. I think that's absolutely fabulous. It's just a really, really fantastic way of making an envelope for any of your cards. It will fit a 6x4 card very, very comfortably, but the purpose of it is really just to fit this one. So there's all you do is fold that flat and it pops inside and just fits perfectly. Isn't that lovely? Now there's one more little thing in this die set, and it makes a lovely little pocket. So you can see here that on this area you've got this long die, and we just need to cut that out once, and you've got this shape, and then there are all these decorative panels which I've already gone ahead and layered up, and I'm just going to pop some glue on here. So all you have to do is burnish those fold lines and fold that over and pop glue or double-sided tape, I couldn't remember the name there, on there, and that will hold that all in place for you, and that gives you a lovely little pocket that you could put a little gift token or something in. But then you've also got these absolutely beautiful dies to go on the front there that gives you the beautiful pattern. There are also absolutely gorgeous little dies here. There are 4 of them, and 2 here and 2 here and here, but I've got these little silver pieces that I want to put down at the back of it. So there you have it. That's 3 things made and another one partially made with those 2 die sets, and I really, really wanted to show you how that card fits into that envelope. But I'll definitely be back, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you hit the notification bell, that'll let you know when my next video comes up, because my next video will be showing you how to make the memory book with this and how to make a little album with the envelopes together as well. But isn't that just lovely? So thanks very, very much for watching along, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, because that really, really helps my video channel along, and I do really appreciate that. So down below in the description below this video, you'll see the links to all of the products that I've used in this, and they're all affiliate links, so I'll get a little commission on that, but it won't cost you anything extra at all. Your price just stays the same, but it helps me a little too for all the work I've put into this. So thank you very, very much, and I hope to see you soon. Happy crafting. Bye.